Hi, this is Kay Hooper from the Horsemanship for Heroes program from the Center of Adaptive Riding in Reno, Nevada. Today, my assistant, Shahan, who's a 14-year-old gypsy vanner gelding, and I are going to tell you or show you how to tie a rope halter correctly. The first thing I want to do before I even go anywhere near his face is to make sure I've got it oriented to go on correctly. That means that the knots on the halter are going to be going over his muzzle. We want the snap to be hanging straight down, and we want this long free running end, which is going to go on the far side of the horse, to be over on the right side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reach over his head and I'm going to grab that far side of the rope, and I'm going to use my other hand to gently guide the rope halter over his muzzle. And I want to make sure that these two knots are across the bridge of his nose and are at least 2 fingers from the bottom of his cheekbone. We don't want these knots any lower because we want to make sure they don't interfere with his breathing. Now I'm going to take that long end of the rope and I'm going to pass it over his bridle path. I'm going to grab this loop right here and I'm going to make sure that the bottom of the halter is coming up around his throat latch area. I'm going to take this free running end and I'm going to run it through that loop along his bridle path, and I like to pull it straight back to kind of lock it in place first. I'm then going to come back around with the free running end, pass underneath that loop, make another half hitch, and then pass the free running end through the half hitch and pull straight back. The way I know this is correct is that my knot is underneath the original loop and above the knot of the halter itself. If you have it above the original loop, you'll have a really hard time getting it undone if for some reason he spooks and he pulls hard. So you want to make sure that it's here. You also and another thing to check is to make sure that the loose running end is facing toward the back of the horse. We're going to go back and we're going to check to make sure that we're under 2 fingers underneath that cheekbone. We're going to make sure that the halter's along the throat latch, and everything looks great. I think we're ready for training. Thank you for your attention and have a wonderful day.